Hi everybody, Daphne here, and welcome back to my channel. As always, because I share the office with him, we're just going to have to put up with him throughout this video. So without further ado, so for the past couple of months, I've been seeing videos on YouTube talking about the Draw This Again challenge, which is artists taking a piece of art, a particular piece of artwork, maybe 5 or 10 years old, and then redrawing them in their current style to show the progression of their style over the years. I was kind of interested in doing that, but something had come up recently that I thought, well, technically I'm going to be redrawing something, but not specifically in the spirit of the challenge. So if you haven't seen it already, I posted up a portfolio video just to, I guess, show off all the different types of artwork I'm able to do and whatnot, just to give you an idea of what I can do and what I show off on this channel. And when I was putting it together, was putting up some comic book pages that when I was finally seeing them in the video, they looked really, really strange to me. So this is one of the pages that I put up. So this is a comic book page from a story I illustrated about 3 years ago. I did an entire 32-page comic about 3 years ago. It's still not published yet. It's for the Oswald Chronicles, which, yeah, we still haven't published the story yet. So when I was working on the video, I thought that compared to my other pages, the inking especially seemed a bit off, and I couldn't put my finger on it. Now, I kind of remember I did these pages at the time where I wasn't really into scheduling my artwork yet like I'm doing now. And you know, so it's like the circumstances around these pages were a little bit weird. I remember my pens weren't working that well, and, you know, I was powering through it anyway. Just, you know, and the thing is, though, it's like when you're looking at the actual artwork, it looks fine. So it's like, you know, like right now I'm like going, it's like, you know, am I gaslighting myself? It's like, they look fine. Why would I think it's weird? But then when I see it on the video, they really come off a little bit strange for me. And like I said, I can't put my finger on it. So I decided that, you know what, maybe instead of redoing a specific piece for the challenge, and again, it's like I'm not really doing this as part of the challenge, but I was just like technically inspired by it. What I figure what I'll do is the only way to find out whether I can figure out something's wrong with this artwork is to re-ink it. So what I did was I had this scanned into the computer already, and I created a digital blue line printout of the same page. So I don't know if you can tell, you can kind of see it. It's like if you remember my other blue line video, the blue line was pretty dark because I was still playing around with the format and I didn't know how dark or light I should make the blue line in Photoshop. So I figured out how to make it super light, so this way I can draw on top of it without the blue line kind of covering up the new pencil work that I'm doing. So here I have the blue line on just index paper, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to re-ink and probably pencil a little bit things that could use a little fixing, but nothing much really. I really do think the problem is more with the inking, because I don't know, I guess it's like I was in like not exactly the best mindset at the time inking this, and I probably was rushing it when I shouldn't have or didn't need to. So we're going to see. So this is going to be our experiment for this video. So we're going to re-ink this page on the digital blue line and see if there's a difference between the two, whether there really is a difference between my inking from this one, or whether I'm just kind of like imagining things and being probably a little overly critical when I don't have to be. So let's get started on inking this, and we'll find out at the end of the video if there really is a difference or not, and whether I should go ahead and re-ink the rest of the issue before we get this published. Okay, so let's get started. Okay, so for this page, we are going to be using the Staedtler pigment liners. This is a number 3, a number 5, and a number 7. And for my black areas and the borders, we're going to be using a Copic black marker, black 100. So the original page I inked using my Rapidographs, but I've been experimenting more with multi-liners on comic book pages, so I'm going to continue that here. Okay, so here's the finished blue line inks. And okay, and here is the original that I inked 3 years ago. Okay, so from what we can see, I didn't put in as much like detail like in the trees or in some of the clothing because the multi-liners that I was using, their thinnest nib is horrible. It doesn't hold ink very well. It fades very quickly. The line weight doesn't hold at all. So what I might do is that I might go in with my Rapidiograph, with my thinnest Rapidiograph, and put in the missing detail that I think that the page still needs, maybe. But just by a side-by-side comparison, that you can see, you know, I tidied up the face a bit. I put in a little bit more detail where I thought was needed. I definitely like the new one better. Like I said, I don't know what my oh, actually I can see here that I'm missing a spot here. Okay. There we go. Okay. So, yeah, what I think, yeah, I guess it's like this is the difference. In the end, this is the difference that 3 years make. At the time, I guess I seemed pretty satisfied with this, but with actual time to pass and to go back on it, I just kind of wonder, whether I was rushing this too much and not concentrating on it as much as I should have, as I did with the new one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to probably do another page to see how much of a difference the new inking them makes before I make the decision of re-inking the entire book. Although from the way it looks, most likely I'm going to end up doing that because I really do like the way the new one came out, and the fact that I could just re-ink blue line instead of having to redraw the pages again makes it less of a daunting task, because I'm not feeling like I'm doing the work over again. All I'm doing is just re-inking. So that's pretty much the end of my experiment with this, with I guess the Draw It Again challenge, kind of. So if you ever feel the need to redo any of your artwork, I highly recommend printing it as a blue line so that you can work on it and still have the original. So if you decide you're wasting your time, you're not completely wasting your time, and you still have the original, and at least you got to play around with changes that you think would have worked, and you get to decide that way if it worked or didn't work. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope my rambling on this topic made a little sense for you. I apologize with the lighting. It's, the lighting in this office is horrible once the sun goes down. So don't forget to like and subscribe and hit the little notification bell so that you know when I upload new videos. And that's it, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye!